Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Let's see who's here. There's Liz, Charlotta. Good to see you, Charlotta. Laura, Teresita, Avril. All right, people are coming on. There's Jennifer. Hello. So today I am so excited to do this project because I've been collecting golden books forever. And I wanted to ask you guys who are not in the US, do you guys have golden books? They look like this, and there's just tons of them everywhere. You used to be able to buy them. Well, you probably still can in supermarkets and all over. They're in the library, thrift stores. Hey, Darlene and Brenda, two Brendas. Hi, Isabel. Oh, very warm coast of Scotland. You know, I had a meeting today with my UK friends and the marketing team, and they were saying how hot it was over there. Let's see who. There's Karen. All right. So are there golden books is my question. I wonder. If not, it may be fine, and maybe you can adapt them to kind of a book that you guys have in your country. Yes, you do have golden books here in Canada. Oh, yes. Yeah. They have been around a long time. Hi, Diana. The way that I finally figured out to tell how old they are, they do have a copyright inside, but you can tell by the price. So if they start out at 29 cents, you know that's an older one. They go up to now they're, I don't know, probably $2.99. So this one was 59 cents, and we can look at this in a minute. I got this the other day. Golden books come. This one says 24th printing, 1978. They come in different sizes. So when we turn camera around, when I do that, I'll show you. You had Lady Bird and Oxford Readers. Okay, that sounds. Now we had readers in school. These are kind of recreational books that, you would just buy for fun reading and stuff. Little stories. They might have like, The Little Mermaid, and they, condense it so a kid would understand. And I want to tell about Bambi because that was interesting. I haven't read that in a while, and I thought there was something interesting in there. Yes, Brenda, me too. I do. I have a big, big shelf of them. Not as usual over here, but I think they can be found. Okay. Well, you probably have something similar where you live, kids' books. So let's get going on that. But first, just a couple things. I want to say happy birthday to my husband. He will never see this, but we are going to dinner right after, so I'm going to have to be done right on time. Hey, there's Glum, and I can see her. There's Lenine. Hello. We're talking about golden books and wishing my husband happy birthday. So his brother was here last night driving back from Maine, so that was nice. He saw him, and I gave him his little cabin, and I think he took it to work because I don't see it anywhere. Hi, Christy. So anyway, I'm going to try and fit this in here. Well, thanks, Liz. I'll tell him. I know it is a miracle, Glum. Thank you. All right, Darlene's got a stack of golden books, mostly seasonal. Okay. And somebody said, happy birthday. Well, I'll show him this later. Hi, Benita, how are you? You found a Taylor Swift golden book? Wow, that's funny. Yeah, they're, right on trend. Thank you. Okay, so one thing I did want to show is if you missed the live on Tuesday where we did clothespins, this is not having to do with clothespins. This is the new tiny tray, and it's available in my Etsy store. Oh, his birthday's lucky. So this is for if, say, you're working with brads, say you sew. I love this little feature in here. There's a little row of cork, and you can stick your needle in. And we are going to be stitching today a little bit. So I plan on using that. All right. So if you're interested, this is in the Etsy store. And I forgot, I'm going to post a link in the group if anybody's, we got a very good response yesterday. So thank you for that. And I hope you use it in good health. All right. And I will be working over the weekend, seeing if we can get them over in the UK. Okay. Just returned from Tesco with Chardonnay. Okay. All right. Oh, one more thing. Wait a minute. Tomorrow we have a special announcement. It's going to be at 11 o'clock in the morning, my time. So that'd be around 4 o'clock UK time, 3 o'clock Australia, probably going, it would be 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. I'm sorry, Australia. We are way off. So Chris Flint, sorry about that. And it'll be 8 o'clock for Pacific. And I am going to be sharing some exciting information. Okay. So I hope you can join me. If not, you can watch later on the replay. All right. It's just going to be a quick one, but I do have some stuff to say. All right. So let's get going here. Let me put my light on. And let's put our camera over. And see what's happening here. Okay. So this is the book that I decided that I'm going to decorate and cut up and use it for the book. I think that it's just a cute little, I love that font. And it's just a cute little bunny. I like the mushrooms, so we'll see how much we can fit on here. This one is not written in, but a lot of times they are. I have some older ones to talk about and show. Hang on, let me get my stack here, just so we can talk about them a little bit more. And then I did do some prep work here, shockingly. All right, they have smaller sizes actually than the standard. So these are, they're cute. They're pretty small. I don't see a lot of these around. And maybe they're meant for like smaller kids because the type is larger and more, these are cute though. Sarah Lizzie, there's your chickens. So there's that. And then there's also a larger one. And I haven't seen these either. A lot of them. This one I thought was really cute. See, to Ashley, love Jeff. And they put the date. It's just cute. Now this one's 1986. So, you just have to look around and see what you can find. You probably have a little more choice. You can make a bigger book out of this one because it's wider. You would need a wider machine if you wanted to cover the whole area here. These are a pain, and you can soak them or you can scrape them off, but a lot of times that's gonna, come up in your project. This one is a little bit warped. That's actually, my girls would read this Lady Lovely Locks. There was a video. They loved it. So there's that. And then now here's the Bambi. And the funny thing about this, because I remember that traumatized me. This is to Ashley too, with stuffed Bambi in Christmas stocking. Isn't that cute? But when it got to where the mother died, where is it? I think it's back here. Well, maybe not. No, that's where he became the king of the forest. Where the mom died, they were very diplomatic. They didn't say they killed the mother. They said, there was a man in the meadow, Bambi. He brings danger and death. And then, what did he tell about the mother? Oh, not yet. Your mother can't be with you anymore, the prince said. You must learn to walk alone. He did not understand. Well, a kid's not going to understand that either. So that's kind of good. They broke it to him gently. Wait, sorry, lost the comments. I haven't tried the undo on this. Gugon, yeah, I could do that. Sometimes it leaves a mark. But yeah, the forest fire was scary. I know, I hated that. Oh, your mom has all your golden books? Tanya. That's cool. Oh, I will say Teresita, happy birthday from you and Joe. Yes. Karen Gartland, it may be. All right, here are some more. A lot of them have to do with animals. I love her illustrations. These little kids with the little chubby cheeks. They're so cute. This one is for Joy, and they traced over it. So this one is 1992, but they look like a little mustache. I think that somebody was I don't know, maybe these are her. Anyway, I just love the simplicity and just kind of, it's just cute. This author. We have some other stuff. There's Little Mermaid. You have The Night Before Christmas. You know, the baby farm animals. These get you every time. So if you haven't started collecting, you may want to after this, because look at how cute these are. And they print them over and over. They are adorable. That makes me want to try painting a little duck. Guinea pigs. So anyway, you can see there's lots of them. There's a lot of Bambis. I think I have a couple of them. So anyway, let's get going. This one I thought was really cute. Was it this one? No. There's one that has, oh, this one here. It's a little dictionary, and it just, I think it would be fun to like cut these out and use them in a book for a child, you know, like a little almost flashcard effect. So anyway, all right, well, let's get going on the one with the months. Oh, a planner. Well, so where was the months one? I don't remember which one that was, Amy. Oh, the child's year. Yes, that would be. Oh, don't get me started. Yes, what great. That would be so cute. All right. Now I'm in trouble. All right. Amy, it's all your fault. All right, so this is what we're going to use. And the dies are, we're going to cut it out of the journal. Yeah, you could scan and print. And we're going to use that one and this one for some hardware. And I have a little piece of leather that we're going to, or a couple pieces. And then this is how we're going to bind it. I have 2 packs of these, and I have not tried them yet, but they look so simple. Now, if you didn't have the books, you could definitely cut it out of mat board and then cut another, like a page out of the book, and you could just cover it, you know, with the paper. Find a cute little illustration, cut out the shape of the page, and then, you know, glue it on top of your cover. So you could get that effect even if you don't have the book. All right. So let's get going here. Now, I did go ahead and yesterday, just to make sure, because I had done this a while ago, I was making boxes out of them and all kinds of stuff. I was cutting them, and it used to be, whoa, oh man, sorry, I lost you guys. All right. It used to be that I thought the older books were a little thicker and the new ones were a little thinner. So, you know, if you do have one and there's a little resistance to it going through, just know that some of them are a little bit different in the thickness. Okay. Hey, Janet, how are you? It is hard to cut up books, Charlotta. I know. Now you have books. You bought books just to cut up? Well, you haven't done it yet. Okay. All right. So let's get going on this. I did, like I said, I cut up some pages already because these are pretty thin. Where did my pages go? You know, this paper is pretty thin. So I thought, well, you know, we might want to use backings on them, or we could just use these as extra. So I cut colors that kind of went with this little rabbit book. Okay. So we are going to use these, and this is one, I thought I would use this for the back of the book. And I think this is kind of cute too, that talks about little golden books. So let's get going here. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do, and some of you may be disturbed. When I did, what was it? Craft roulette, and I cut up a Peter Pan book, people were having a fit. Hey, Purple Butterfly, they did not like that at all. I get it, All right, where did I had out Leslie's blade. Where did I put it? All right, I'm going to have to use another. Whoops, everything is falling out. I reorganized my little thingy. All right, so be careful. So all we're going to do is we're going to take the self-healing mat and we're just going to slice through, and you can use the ditch of the book. You can see that there's a little indent here where you close it and open it, and you're just going to go down the ditch. And don't try and do it right away. Don't try to cut it all in one pass. It's just not going to work. Just keep going over it and going over it, and you will. Don't worry if you have little pieces, because it's hard to get the same track every time. It doesn't matter because you're going to be trimming this and cutting it with the die anyway. All right. Just keep going over and over. Watch your hands. Don't hurt yourself. Don't chop anything off. All right, so it's almost off, and yeah, see, there we go. Now, I wish I could figure out something to do with this. Poor Wendy had her arm cut off. Oh, it was tragic. It was a bad, bad day. Man, I was traumatized by that. Okay, so now we have all our parts. And let's do our cover first. So just so you can see. And if anybody can think of what to do with that, it's kind of thick, and it's not even. So it's hard to get it even. All right. Now, the good thing about this, let's measure it now, because I think it's a little over 6 inches, but we're still okay running it through the machine. I did it with the other one and it worked fine. So that is, what's this for Charlotta here? 19 and a half. Wait, is that right? 15 and a half centimeters. Okay. You can spread the binding out and make bookmarks. Yeah, let's see. It's hard to cut them apart. They're glued, Darlene. Yeah, this is really pretty strong. I don't know. I guess you could do like a little charm. I don't know. All right, we'll think about it. Okay, let's get the die out. Here's my machine. All your parts should include 10 fingers. Hopefully. All right, now I'm going to cut these separately with a small cutting pad. I have a big one on the bottom and I have a small one here. Now this is what I want for my front cover. So I want my holes to be over here. All right, so you may have to like really kind of play with what you want on your cover. You can see something you can do. Let me just cut a page here and I'll show you a tip on this. All right, let's cut that guy. That owl is pretty cool. So let's just cut this and then I'll show you how this can help us figure out what we want to show. What my dumb thing here? You can paste the links, but they don't turn into hyperlinks. Ugh! All right, now I'm going to leave this right here, okay? And you can actually tape this down if you're going to use this as like a guide. But what you can do, wait, let me move it up a little, is, all right, let's just tape it so we know. I tape it on one end. Or you could do a side depending on how you want to do this. But you can just lift this up and see, like, say we did this here. we know we're going to get pretty much the idea of the lively little rabbit. You're going to get the mushrooms and you're going to get the little head. So if you use a heat tool on the golden tape, it comes off in one piece. Oh, I thought you'd put it through the front side down. Well, Amy, you could do it that way. All right, I'm just going to leave it where it is because I know that if I roll this through, I'm going to get my holes on this side. And that's where I want them to be for my front cover. So, do it however makes sense. Okay. All right, watch it come out wrong. I would not be surprised. All right, try and keep it even. And I'm just covering it. It's easier to do it with my shorter cutting pad. And let me just get this in the frame here. You can see it's a little bit big, but it's going through fine. And I am going to roll it through again because I want it to poke the holes in the side for me. And sometimes they don't with thicker things, okay? So now we have our cover, all right? So now we need a back cover, which I did earlier. It's kind of the generic Golden Book one. This piece right here, which is the same in all of them. So I'm going to use that. And then we're also going to cut out a spine. See, now I can keep this because look at his little feet and a carrot. That's cute. And now I could use this as a guide for my other pages too. And what I might do is tape it on over here and then put my pages in. I can use it that way. All right. All right. And it went right through. This is, I would say, like an average. And you can put the child's name in here that you're giving it to if it's a child. You might want to keep it. All right, you are going to have to pick out the holes because this is pretty thick, but I just cleaned it before I did this, so we're good. Let's get the other cover. All right, that's a different look. So you know what? I'm going to do that for my binding. So now we're going to flip this around. And I think that would be pretty too if we wanted some little labels, Now I'm going to flip it around. Okay, so you can see I bought this at the closet and it says 75 cents. That's another thing. You can get the older ones and they're going to charge more because they're vintage and, if you're going to cut them up, it doesn't really matter. And I know they have them on Amazon. Brenda Towsley made me a beautiful seashore journal, and I think she got hers on Amazon. So, if you had a topic that you needed and you couldn't find it, you couldn't wait, you could just go on Amazon or eBay and probably get it there. That's be cut, so I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, now we do want to turn this one because we want our spine to have this side showing, okay? And these colors go really nicely with that. And you get Big Bird and the little rabbit. So now I'm going to flip that and I'm going to cover my spine. And I'm also going to get some nice, where do I want? I guess it doesn't, that's going to have the Golden Book in it. So that's good. All right, so I'm not going to go crazy trying to line it up. It'll be whatever it is. It'll be a fun surprise. He doesn't look like a rabbi, but maybe lively little rabbit. He could be a rabbit rabbi. Okay, so now this one is a little bit thicker, a little wider, so I can feel that, but it's going through fine, and I see that the holes punched out. All right. So let's see what we got here. All right, we've got a nice little, oh, that's cute. You get the idea. And look at that, Raggedy Ann. Little butt of a bunny or a deer. Okay, so let's get all our parts here. Okay, no, we're not done cutting. You know what? Let me just finish all the cutting while we're here. All right. I'm going to do 2. I don't know if I'm going to use these, but I want to have the option. All right. I'm going to cut a couple hinges, and I am going to cut because I know that I've got my spine here, and that's going to come in. I'm going to put my hinges like here. So I don't need, well, I could do the whole thing. Maybe I will. I have a pretty big piece here. All right, so now let's just make sure. I am notoriously bad at cutting the right. Now, if I cut it this way, I'm not going to have lines here. My scoring will be on the back. So I think I want to do that because I'm just going to use this whole piece. All right. So let's cut one and see how it comes out. And then we'll know if we want to do another one that way. I want to try. Did you guys see those new cutting pads? They're circles. And it says they don't warp from Sizzix. I want to try them. Gotta get hooked up. Yeah, that's cute. See, so now the score lines are on the back, but you have a full on, and this cute little heart. All right, I want to have another one of them. So let's see. This is a scrap. This works. So I'm going to do the same thing again. Yeah, you were thinking about getting them. I know. I think they'd be cool. All right. All right, now we've got another one. Okie doke. What else? I need to cut some pages. Oops, see, when I rolled back over it, I didn't keep it on. I've got little slivers here. That's okay. You won't know the difference. Well, maybe you will. All right, now we need to make some pages. And this, oh, I need my platform. Oh, no, I don't. No. So I'm going to be using my, whoops, book die again. Side. And these pages are perfectly going to fit the book. You know, they're all going to be the same. All right, here are the little pages. Now we have to figure out what part we want. And I think I'm just going to lay it on there. Let's do like 4. What is that? 1. This is thin. 2, 3, 4, 5. We should be fine. And I'm just going to roll the dice here and go for the middle and hope that we get some good pages. One thing, you might want to make sure that they are laying flat against the edge because you want them to be straight because the text is going to show. All right, let's see. Oh, look at that one. That one's perfect. And keep these because there might be some just nice little borders or something that you can use. All right, let's look at them. Yeah, I got a little fox. Oh, that owl. That's cool. Oh, yeah. All right, let's do that again. We just have one more time. Sorry, I keep losing my stream here because I don't know why. All right, these probably the same. Maybe let's go more towards the bottom, kind of in the middle. And then I'm going to alternate them when I put my pages, my, solid pages. So Diane Mullins has just messaged to give everyone apologies. She can't join us. Oh, tell her that I miss her. Okay, I need to watch Pete Hughes to see how they would work. Oh, yeah, they should work. I don't know why they wouldn't. I mean, I think they're the same thickness and everything, Isabel. I don't know, though. And to be eaten for breakfast, that's a good one. They would all crawl inside to make it go. This is great text, to put on a journal or something. Oh, I can't wait to look through here. All right, so I think that's all we need. All right, I'm putting this all down on the floor, and let's see what we have here. So I'll tell you my thoughts on how I was going to put this together. All right. Yes, I know this book is cute. I like the scallops. It looks kind of kid-like, All right. All right. Here's some little pages. And here are the other pages I cut. A couple more. Here's this guy, another owl. All right, here's our labels. I'm not sure we're going to use those this go around. Here's our hearts and our hinges. We don't need them yet. And then what else? Now, one thing that I found was useful was taking my embossing tool. And if you do have a spot where these don't come out, if they're thick, you can use them to push through. You could use your pokey tool, but I think this works, especially this end is just right. Okay. So the other thing that I thought would be fun, let's kind of put it together here, is I'm going to put my spine on because I want to use this cute little binder mechanism inside. All right, so this one you just stick on. Isn't that handy? This is from 49 and Market. And, oh, you know what I didn't think about? These may not fit with the holes. So we might have to poke holes. So I have my crocodile. No big deal. And hopefully also they're the right... I didn't do that. Oh, well, a mere detail. There's always a way to fix it. Okay, so we are going to put the spine on, but something that I thought I might do, because Elizabeth Robinson did it on one of her projects. She made this really cool binding by stitching some, I think she used jute, but I thought this was kind of cool, and that I could use rings instead. No, I don't have the binder, Janet. I got that at my local store. I'm just going to try like making some little patterns here. And I think I'll just leave a little bit of that so I can tie it off later and just kind of decorate this so these are filled in. I think I'll just go up and then come back. Oh, wait a minute. I should have started over. Well, maybe I did want to start in the middle. Okay. I cut a lot because I don't want to run out. I'm not sure how this is going to work. I didn't try it ahead of time, but let's hope. It's nice and thick anyway. It'll go quick. Just a little experiment. I mean, these don't look bad, and we could always take a page. Oh, wait a minute. Let me put it in the middle there, like I did with the other one. I want to repeat what I did at the bottom. All right, so let's go over here. I don't know. I'm just making this up, but might be kind of a cool chevron pattern or arrow pattern or something. We'll just fill in all the holes one way or another. Kind of looks like a spider, you know? I hope I have enough chenille because I'll tell you what, it took me forever to thread this ahead of time. I'm so glad I did it. All right, we don't want it too ugly. Oh, you know what? Here's the other thing. We have to stick this on here into the binding. Maybe this is a bad idea. I had so many ideas, but you know what? We'll do this on another book. All right, this is not going to work in here. All right, several things I should have thought of, but you know, we're figuring it out. A mere detail. That may be. That is a good idea. Well, don't you guys think that when you have to find a solution, it's sometimes a lot more fun than you would have done the first time? Or maybe not. All right, I'm just cutting this. It's yarn. I have tons of it. Sorry about that. It was a good thought. And we will do it on another project. All right. All right, I'm just going to leave it alone. And we'll put it together and see what we want to do with our holes. It really would take very little time to go through with a crocodile. And, you know, that's not going to be a problem for the... Well, we probably could use one of the holes and just set it a little lower. Because if we do it like that, it's going to be close here, and I don't think it's good to weaken it. So I might use one hole and then just go down here. Right? Okay. Yeah, and then we'll just stick it in the little binder and off we go. All right, let's put our spine together now that we're working through our problems. Now, we could cover the holes here. Let's do that. I think there's still room, but let's check. You know what I mean? Because if we put it in here, that's going to make the inside smaller. So let's just test this out and make sure it's still going to work. Yeah, we have plenty of room. See? Still room. Hey, Lintrock. Yes, binder mechanism. Oh, thank you, Glum. All right, so let's put them inside. Unless, do you think that's too much with Mickey staring and the... Maybe we should do that. What do you guys think? I do like another set of mushrooms there. Let's do that. So it'll be a fatter book. We can put more stuff in there. All right. I'm going to use my glue. I haven't used it in a couple days, so hopefully... Oh, yay. Now this is glossy, so hopefully it sticks. Not super glossy, but wouldn't this be fun to try with other books too? I do like that the 6-inch goes right through the machine though. And if you wanted to go the other way, you could do that too. No big deal. All right, where are my clips? I was going to use my clothespins that I made the other day. But I don't know where I put them. I had that one. Okay, and then let's do the other one. We could put the other one inside, but let's see. That's kind of nice because I'm just going to cover them both. Not a big deal. So what are you guys working on? It's kind of a weird time of year, isn't it? Everybody's on vacation or traveling or just working. Uh-oh, my phone just rang. And it's too early for holidays. I am going to try and do some more on my travel journal because I just want to do it while I remember what we did, even though I wrote it down. You're getting ready for Paper Ganza. Are you going? That's so cool, Leslie. I mean, Lenine. That's great. I was wondering, anyone want a Pringle sour cream? I would love that, but I'm going to dinner. Oops. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Now, all right. I didn't want to hide the chat. You're working on a quilt and trying to keep up with journaling. It's a job. All right. Cute. All right. We have a nice little cover. All right. Let's put our thing. Now, I just couldn't figure out which way is the right way to do this. You know, if there is a right way to put it in like that. Or let's see if these fit. Let's try one. And we got to measure this out. Nope. You know what? We're going to have to punch holes anyway. Let me get my crocodile. Good thing. Just happen to have a heavy-duty tool to manage the job. All right, so we're going to re-punch the larger hole from this second one here. So that might take a minute. Let me close my glue up. All right. Grandson was in a play. He was the pirate of the high seas. A pirate photo memory book. You need to... Oh, Liz, you have to talk to Susie. She has a pirate journal. All right, so we're punching the holes here. See, even if we did the binders, we'd have to make it bigger. All right, this is the easy one because these are all the same. The others we have to measure a little bit. Look at that. I mean, you gotta love a tool that punches through a whole stack like that. All right. I gotta check what time it is. 4:45. Okay, we're doing all right. Okay, that's gonna fit going that way. Let's just make sure. Yep. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. It has a little play, but not much. Why are you not surprised? Yes, a pirate journal. She cannot wait. There's Talk Like a Pirate Day, and that's September. It's my anniversary, September 20th. I think that's the day. All right, let's just make a mark here. Okay, this should work fine, don't you think? All right, I'm going to do a couple at a time. Just make sure you line them up right. Okay. Yeah, that looks fine. All right, let's just do a test. Oop, that looks a little low. Oh no, that's fine. Okay, yeah. Let's close it up and just see if we can page through it. We better. Yeah. But see, these are good. It's a little tight. I probably need to adjust that up a little bit, but it's fine. And I could even punch another hole if I had to. Just, you know, move it down a little, or up, I mean. In fact, let me try that. Okay, I wondered if we had to fiddle with this a little bit, but that's fine. So I just made it a little higher, so let's see if it moves a little better. Yeah. Maybe even a little more. Okay, well, it's good to know. I'm going to move that up a little more on the rest of them. And I am glad that I thought of that ahead of time, that I don't want to weaken the other. You know, if we punch that too close, that would not be good. It would rip, especially the way my grandkids read books. They're, depending on the age, you know, stick out from the cover. Oh, yes, they're going to do that. Oh, well. Well, I could trim them. Oh, I hate to lose the art. All right, let's see. Good thinking, Amy. Yeah, they would have done that anyway. Yeah, but they're kind of cute that way. Let's see. Yeah, wow, that really is sticking out, huh? Well, they would lay flat, but well, I could just chop all of these off. I don't want to lose all my little bunnies and stuff. Well, I could do different binding and, you know, make another one and just, all right, let me think about this. I like this cover a lot, though. I could put other stuff in here, little photos or something. All right, let's think about this. So say this is a cover and this is a cover. Yeah, there's no way. I'm going to have to cut off. I'm not ready yet. I can't take the loss. All right, I'm going to have to come back and tell you what I wound up doing. I'll do a reel when I figure it out, all right? I'm sorry, guys. But, I mean, you still could use this if you were to trim off, you know, just measure, because you're losing room here with this base. And then also, if they're all the way, I mean, usually they're going to sit over here, you know, inside the book, though. Oh, wait, that one doesn't have a hole. So say we close it. It's all about the problem solving. Yeah, it's still going to sit there, right? Maybe I'm doing it wrong. This way? Oh, maybe. All right. You think they look fine sticking out? It's more than a little, though. Sorry to rain on your parade. No, it would have happened, Amy, whether or not. I think I should leave it so that when they're at their max out here, you know, so that means like an inch. We could just trim this, you know, and forget the that part of it. It, you know, it's not so much that I have to do more work, it's that I don't want to lose like that little cute rabbit tail. I feel like I can use these in a different way in another book. And if I cut some for this, I probably have another little lively little rabbit. Or I could just use these pages. I wouldn't care that much about these, you know. It's more the ones that have the little animals. Am I a freak? I'm sorry about that. But I don't mind trimming this off. These were scraps anyway. So, and what I could do is just cut this whole thing off and then, you know, trim them to the size to fit in here, you know, in the middle. So that wouldn't be bad. Or I could chop that off, but I'd rather chop all those holes off. Let's just do it. See if it works. And these I'm going to keep for another day. It's still a Golden Book journal. I'm starting to feel better about the whole thing. All right. 5 minutes. My husband is here. We have to meet him at, we're going to P.F. Chang. All right, so let's cut off like probably an inch and see what that looks like. These are a little thicker. I just want to do a couple Cut up the art in decoupage. I could do that. You can extend it out on the spine side to make up for the length of the binder rings. Yeah. That was a flaw. The fatal flaw of the plan. All right, let's see what this looks like if we just do one set. It's kind of small, but that's all right. Oh, that I probably took off too much. Although we said if we wanted to be out here. All right, let's just do one and see what happens. That's about the middle. All right. What we are saying is that the cover could be widened. Oh! The cover could be widened. Oh, I see what you mean. Just like extend something out of here. That's true. Yeah, you could just use the back or even like, you know, cut another little scallop or that's cute even. Yeah, we could do that. All right. Well, you can see there's lots of options. Let me just try this because I'm kind of wondering. And also they don't have to be so far from the edge here. Let's just see what happens. All right, they're a little tight, but well, that's not bad. You know, they fit inside. Oh, boy. I lost you again. In spite of the fatal flaw, I still love it. You would put the extension by the binding. Now, you know, the other thing that we could take the spine off, but the edge of it up against the edge of the cover. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, yes, yes. Move this up. Yeah, you could do that. Now that I use glue and probably can't. This does work though, you know, and we cut off an inch. That's what it was. So you can do that. All right. I need to do more work on my spine. See, that's what happens when you purchase a spine. Do it on my own. I'm okay. But I still want to work with this. But yeah, I can see where you could, like, does everybody get what they're saying? Just draw the spine out a little and you've got a ½ an inch here. So that would extend it some. And, you know, then again, you could trim this a little bit and then just get your, you wouldn't miss that much out of the pages. You know what I mean? Look at that weasel. That is scary looking. Ooh. All right, that's much cuter. Sometimes people attach the binder hardware to the back cover. Oh, that would be interesting. Oh, yes. Now that could work. Wow. I wouldn't even have thought of that. But that makes sense. That's how binders are. Well, some are in the middle. Now that would work fine. You know, it's got a little bump here, but so what? You put this on top, then it's all flat. Put your little thing down. All right. Sorry, guys. Didn't think enough about this, but hey, Cindy, how you doing? Yeah, attach the back. Oh, why did I not think of that? Because in my mind, I had it going another way. But see, you guys are so smart. And that's why, you know, you could fit a bunch of pages there. I wonder if that still could work. What if we tried the ones that... All right, I gotta go, but let's see. I mean, we punched the holes in these. Not all of them. This one we did. All right, let's see what that is a simple and good solution. I just wish I had put the back. All right. We'll figure it out. So here's the long pages. And if we put that on the back cover like that. No, it's still too long. All right. Yeah. Oh, well. Plenty of ways to go with this, guys. All right. If you come up with, I don't know, you probably could take apart an old binder and play around with it. It's going to be huge. I did get one today because I saw a really cool way to, what were they doing? They made something out of it with had a whole bunch of little hooks on it. They just ripped the binder section out of the actual plastic covers and used that to hold stuff. Anyway, okay. All right, just go watch the replay. Problem solving. Good Lord. All right, thank you. Yeah, we'll have a good dinner. All right, guys, I will figure this out, or I'll figure out a version of it. But if you guys have any better ideas, if something occurs to you, the other thing that would be cute would be to like stagger the pages. That would be really cute. Like ombre, front to back. Wouldn't that be fun? Anyway. All right, lots of ways. I'm going to be thinking about this at dinner, and it's just driving me crazy. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you come tomorrow at 11 o'clock and hear the announcement, okay? Plain binder, draw with Posca pens. All right, I got to go. I'll see you guys. Thanks for hanging in with me. We at least did get a cover, okay? And there are other ways to make signatures. I mean, we could just back them to, make a folded cover and then glue those pages onto that. And there's tons of ways. Okay, let's think of how many ways. 11 o'clock Eastern, yes, our time. Yeah. Oh, tomorrow. Well, wait a minute. Did I show the announcement? Wait a minute. Well, I have it because I made it. Tomorrow, big announcement. Okay? You guys kind of know, but not everybody does. So come and get the details tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Okay? All right. Thanks, guys. See you. Have a good night.